Welcome to our YouTube channel Sharvana Knowledge Hub. We are diving into one of the body's most fascinating defense systems, immunity. Have you ever wondered how our bodies fight off infections and keep us healthy? Let's explore what immunity means and understand its different types. Immunity is our body's defense mechanism against infections and diseases. There are two major types of immunity: innate immunity and adaptive immunity. Innate immunity is the natural, first line of defense we are all born with. The second type is adaptive immunity. This system is more advanced. Adaptive immunity can be further divided into two main branches: natural and artificial. Natural adaptive immunity develops naturally in our bodies. Artificial adaptive immunity is acquired through medical interventions like vaccines or antibody transfers. Natural and artificial further divided into active and passive type. Immunity is the body's ability to resist disease and infection, and it can be categorized into two major types: innate immunity, also called natural or non-specific immunity, and acquired immunity, also known as adaptive or specific immunity. Let's focus on innate immunity. This is the basic resistance to disease that an organism or individual has simply by being born. It's our body's initial defense system. Innate immunity is present from birth and acts as the first line of defense against pathogens. What's unique about it? It responds immediately to threats and isn't specific to particular pathogens. But did you know that there can still be differences within subgroups such as race, gender, or other factors? These differences may affect how well individuals resist certain pathogens. First, you should know that individual immunity refers to each person's unique response to pathogens in a population. One person may resist a disease differently than another, thanks to variations in their immune system. Innate immunity relies on several powerful barriers that block, trap, or destroy invading germs. There are four main types: anatomic barriers, like our skin; physiologic barriers, such as temperature and pH; phagocytic barriers, which involve cells that engulf invaders; inflammatory barriers, which help fight infection and promote healing. Examples include enzymes, the physical layer of skin and mucous membranes, and our body's natural inflammatory responses. Many organs work together to keep us safe. Eyes, tears flush out pathogens and contain protective enzymes. Skin, sweat makes the surface salty, and the oil layer adds extra defense. Stomach acid kills harmful organisms and helps sterilize what we eat. Nose, mucus traps dust and microbes. Mouth, friendly microbes prevent the overgrowth of harmful ones. Lungs, a mucus lining and tiny cilia help move pathogens out. Large intestine, microbiota here also keep harmful germs in check. Reproductive system, acidic conditions and microbiota guard against infection. The image illustrates the key organs and cellular players involved in innate immunity, showing how the human body defends itself against invading pathogens. It highlights structures such as the skin, tears, stomach acid, and cilia, which serve as physical and chemical barriers to infection. Immune responses can be influenced by factors like age, nutrition, and hormone levels. When it comes to non-specific defense, innate immunity acts quickly but lacks memory and adaptability. Let's focus on adaptive immunity. This system is designed to specifically target and destroy invading pathogens or toxins. It's highly specialized and remembers past invaders, providing long-term protection. Adaptive and innate immune systems work hand in hand to eliminate threats. One of the adaptive system's superpowers is immune memory. It enables long-lasting defense by distinguishing what belongs to the body and what doesn't. There are two main types of adaptive immunity. Active immunity. This develops when your body responds to a pathogen or antigen after being exposed or vaccinated. It's your immune system building its own army. Passive immunity. This is when you receive ready-made antibodies, like from your mother at birth or through an injection. Your body is protected without making its own response. Examples: transplacental transmission of antibodies from mother to fetus and immune globulin injections. Cells involved: lymphocytes which make B lymphocytes, B cells, and T lymphocytes, T cells, and antigen-presenting cells, APCs, which include macrophages, B cells, and dendritic cells. Here is the image showing the cells involved. Lymphocytes circulate through blood and lymphatic system. They produce and display receptors for antigen binding and are further classified into B cells, T cells, or T lymphocytes. Here we see a blood vessel containing several special cells called lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are a type of white blood cell that play a crucial role in defending our body against infections. There are two main types of lymphocytes shown, T cells and B cells. There are two main types of lymphocytes shown, T cells and B cells. Both T cells and B cells have structures on their surface known as antigen receptors. B cells originate from bone marrow and mature there. B cells have receptors that are membrane-bound antibody molecules. They are inactive, naive, before exposure to an antigen. Once activated, they proliferate into memory cells and antibody-secreting effector cells or plasma cells. Here we see a blood vessel containing several special cells called lymphocytes. There are two main types of lymphocytes shown, T cells and B cells. Both T cells and B cells have structures on their surface known as antigen receptors. When a pathogen enters the blood vessel, these antigen receptors help the lymphocytes detect and bind to the foreign antigens, triggering an immune response to protect the body. T cells migrate to lymphoid organs, such as the thymus, where they mature. Once mature, each T cell expresses a unique antigen-binding receptor called the T cell receptor, or TCR. Importantly, TCRs only recognize antigens when they are presented alongside special membrane proteins called MHC, or major histocompatibility complex molecules. Among T cells, cytotoxic T cells play a vital role in defending our body against infections caused by viruses and bacteria, as well as fighting diseases, tumors, and even responding to transplanted tissues. This image shows how T cells help protect the body from infections. First, T cells mature in an organ called the thymus. Once mature, T cells move into the bloodstream. Each T cell has special receptors on its surface called TCRs, which help them recognize infected cells. The T cell recognizes the antigen MHC combination using its TCR and can then attack and destroy the infected cell, keeping us healthy. Antigen-presenting cells, APC, a cell that holds a foreign antigen complex with MHC on its surface. T cells may recognize the complex with the TCR. Many cells can present antigens to T cells via MHC molecules, but the term is usually limited to cells that prime T lymphocytes. This picture shows how the immune system works to protect our body. An antigen-presenting cell, or APC, finds a germ and captures its antigens. Inside the APC, the antigen is combined with a special protein called the MHC molecule. This combination forms the antigen-MHC complex, which is shown on the surface of the APC. A T cell comes along and uses its T cell receptor, TCR, to recognize the antigen-MHC complex. This helps the T cell know which germs to attack, leading to a strong immune response. Dendritic cell is APC and can be found in the skin, mucosa, and lymphoid tissues. Like, share and subscribe the channel.